Okay, so we're going to run through this file, which is entitled Find the Firehouse. So I'd like you to bring that up on your TI-Nspire, and we'll start from page 1.1. Where should we put the firehouse? So we'll go to the next page by clicking Control, right arrow, and we read the directions. The residents of Mathtown need to determine where to build the town firehouse. They would like the firehouse to be equidistant from the library, the high school, and the hospital. Your task is to find the desired location. Okay, let's go to next page. Control, right arrow. On page 1.4, you will find a map of Mathtown. Use geometry and the TI-Nspire to find the best location for the firehouse. On pages 1.5 through 1.7, you can review some skills that you will need. When you know the answer, record it on page 1.8. So again, let's turn the page, Control, right arrow. And here's our map of Mathtown. We see the hospital, the high school, and the library. And we have to position the firehouse somewhere so that it's the same distance from each of these buildings. Okay, so before we begin to do that, we want to go and check those prior skills. So we'll do Control right arrow to go to page 1.5. And here we are. We have a split screen layout, so this might be a little different. On the left, we have the text, which tells us what to do. And on the right, we have a little geometry screen. Right now, if you'll notice, the cursor is on the side of the text. So we want to do work, and we're going to have to go over to the geometry page, or the geometry side of this page. And we'll do that by clicking Control Tab. Okay, so now you can see that we're on this. See, the highlighting is around the geometry page. All right, so the directions tell us to press Menu. So let's do that. Menu, 6, and then 5 for segment. Okay, so we clicked Menu, 6, 5 for segment. And now we're told, click on the left endpoint. So we'll go over there and click on the left endpoint, and then just drag out the segment and cover it over, putting the other point on point B, and press Enter. Okay, and there's our segment. So that's how to create a segment between 2 points. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Control, right arrow. Now we want to measure the length of a segment. Once again, in this particular case, we are in split screen mode. We want the active screen to be the geometry side. So we'll do that by pressing Control, Tab. Now the highlight has switched over to the geometry side. So now we can execute the instructions. So first off, we're going to press Menu, 7, 1. So Menu, 7 for measurement, and 1 for length. And now we can select the segment. You'll notice the measurement comes up. It's very faint right now, but we'll click Enter. All right. And now we can move that measurement to any place that's convenient for us and drop it down, and it gets a little bit darker. Okay, so there we are. So we've measured the length of the segment. There's one more skill that we want to practice before we solve the problem. So again, we'll go to the next page, Control, right arrow, and we're going to construct a perpendicular bisector of a segment. So again, we're told to go to Menu, Choice 9, and Choice 3. But remember, we are in split screen mode, so you remember now how to get over to the geometry side of the page. We're going to press Control, Tab. Here we are. And now we'll just execute the instructions. Menu, 9 for construction, because we're going to construct something, and 3 because we want to construct a perpendicular bisector. So now we just have to roll over the segment. So we'll use the mouse, or the in your case the nav pad, to roll over the segment and click Enter, and there's our perpendicular bisector. One thing that's kind of cool, if you press Escape, okay, because we don't want to create another perpendicular bisector, and use the nav pad and grab one of the endpoints and move it around, you see something cool. No matter what I do, to the segment. Make it shorter, make it longer, turn it. That line that we created is always the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so we're done with the skills. You now have all the skills you need to solve the problem. So let's go back to, oh, that's right, I had to show you what you do on page 8. Okay, so let's go forward to page 8. All right, control right arrow. And we'll do it again. Control right arrow. Okay, on page 1.8, it's we have a notes page, which is just like a little mini word processor. And you just click on there when you know your answer, and you just type away. You're going to have to use the green alphabet keys, but since you folks are all texting people, that shouldn't present too much of a problem. Okay, so this is where you put your answer. Once you've done it, raise your hand and show it to me. Okay, we're going to go back now to page 1.4. Control left arrow, control left arrow, back to 1.4. Here we are. So now you have to decide where to put the point. Remember how to do that. We're going to create points, so you're going to need menu and 6 and 1. Okay, and you're going to have to decide, where am I going to put the firehouse? Okay, good luck.